Hello, Dara here from AutoQual Limited. On the ramp behind me here we have a Volkswagen Passat. This Passat's in for a timing belt and water pump, then a full service and inspection. If you want to know how to do a timing belt and water pump on one of these cars, keep watching. First of all, you need to open the bonnet. No. There's the engine. Move the engine cover. Be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can be quite stiff. Put that over here so you can rest all your bits and pieces. First thing you want to move is your fuel filter housing. Push that on top of your engine here. Coolant bottle again on top of your engine here. I like to use a bungee cord and I like to wrap it around this, pull it over there so nothing is in my way. Secondly, you will not get this timing belt cover off unless you remove this little temperature sensor on top of the catalytic converter / DPF unit or emissions unit, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it's a pain in the hole. Right. So, when you struggle through that simple little job of taking that little sensor out, it can turn around and bite you in the bollocks sometimes, and it will not be as easy. Then you will have to resort to some violence. You will have to start pulling this cover up, and you will have to yank and jerk until it fucking comes out. Sometimes you loosen the engine mounting bolts, drop it down a tad bit, you might get a bit more room, but then sometimes you have all the room in the world and it still doesn't fucking come off. So, as I said, 1, bosh, 2, bosh. Wrap it around. Number 3, bosh. We go with the fuel filter housing. Need to get straight in there with your 10mm and bang, bang, bang. A few duggas will sort that one out. And another 10mm here. A few duggas will sort that one out. And don't forget this fella down here. He doesn't like being left out. Bam! There we go. Fuel filter housing is now loose. There we go. As you can see, fuel filter housing loose. Now we need to disconnect the level sensor on the coolant bottle. Right, then you need to get some sort of a pry tool. You want to get that pry tool and you want to stick her down straight in there to release the expansion bottle, as you can see, as skillfully as I have removed it. And again, over there. Now, so, here we go. Fuel filter housing, coolant bottle, still doesn't want to come. Loosen up your old fuel lines in here. Press that clip back there. Get some more room here. Right. Now, you might be tempted to open these fuel hose clips, or you might be tempted to press these not so quick release connectors and release them. Now, about 2 times out of 10, you'll put your fingers down here, make it look like you know what you're doing, and you will squeeze. And then, oh my fucking god. That was one of them 2 times out of 10 that you press and they actually fucking work. So, I guarantee you're going to try and copy me and you're going to stick your fingers down there, press it like I just did, and it will not come. Ask me why, I don't know. So then I resort to some more violence and I come over here and I have a battle with this fuel hose clip, have a battle with that hose. Try not to tear that hose if you're leveraging it with the pliers when you get frustrated. Try to lift this little hose here, try to squirt it with a little bit of lubrication. Give it a shake back and forth and see if it wants to be nice to you. And then you might hop back over here and say, I can definitely do this a second time. And you might press this a bit harder and then you realise you break the clips. And you have to leave it. And you are sick as a fucking dog because you remember the time that it came off. Just like this. Let's see if I'm really a pro. As I said, I'm going to stick my hand back in here. I have a little bit of confidence here. Look, you can see the gap. See that push? You want to push it that way. You want to stick your fingers in here. I can't even see what I'm... Oh, I can. See that little tab in there? I'm going to stick my fingers in here. Oh my god. Do not ask me how that just happened. It hasn't happened the last 7 times. This is the 8th time. Oh my god. Right. Today is a good day. I grab the whole out of that, throw it over there and see what happens. Right. So, there we go. Everything is moving at once. We'll try and give you a good look at this there. Now, there we go again. All the bits and pieces. Struggle. And then I realise I forgot this clip down here. And then you need to push that way. Push that down. Release the clip. And we need to get in there. Come on. Hey. Quiet down now. Quiet about that. Come on. Oh. Do you hear that? You up. There we go. Now. What do we have here? We have a coolant bottle. We have some fuel hoses. We're going to pull these over there. We're going to pull these over there. We are now laughing. We're not going to have any fuel hose leakage. We have a bit of room. Now we're going to tackle that little fuck down there, and then that little fella there. To be continued. If you're working on these yokes regularly, you're going to know your tools inside out. My favourite tool is a bit of a 50-50 1/4" ratchet. He can get in anywhere with a bit, or you can adapt the bit into a socket and use it there. I'm using a T30, that's my favourite tool, and that's what's going to sort this out for me. Straight in there, and we're going to ratchet. As you can see, with a high level of accuracy due to the size of this tool. It's not about the size, it's how you use it, obviously. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. Nearly done, out the hand. Always a tool for the job. Just like this one here. This is for doing injector sockets, or likewise, this little fuck here. But, as I told you previously, this fella, he can be seriously tough going. And that's the wrong fucking size. Let's try that again with King Dick. Yeah, seriously, King Dick, here you go. Go on, King. Here we go. Nice fit. King Dick is also known as a crow's foot. Let's hope he even does a little bit of a damage to this thing, because if he doesn't tickle this, I'm going to have to get the heat out, and we're going to try again. Judging by that rating, I would say it's safe to say the time belt was done before, so let's hope somebody has previously struggled with this little fellow over here and made my life easier. Oh, look at that. The thing wasn't even tight. I can't wait till you struggle with one of them. Straight in there. Oh, look at that. That's meant to spin freely, but it doesn't spin freely. Just be careful that you don't twist all them wires, please. Now for the fun part. More quick release connectors that are generally not quick release. Let's see what's happening here. We have another one there. Right. Here we go. You might think this wants to come out now. Look at that. Look at it. Alright, that's stuck. I'm even going to be good. I'm going to take off these little pipes for the DPF pressure sensor or exhaust pressure sensor. I'm going to put them pipes up there just so none of you can say you didn't move them pipes. Off so quick, you missed it. You wouldn't even believe it. This is one of those ones, one in every probably 20 that actually come off. But as you can see here, somebody has previously struggled. So maybe they took the hit, and maybe they did what I did. Cut off the piece that stops you from removing this cover. There we have it. There's the timing belt fully exposed. There's your diesel pump. There's your tensioner. There's your camshaft pulley. We now need to remove that bolt which I've just taken out. Now it's safe to say to take out these 16s, as this chassis leg will bear the load of the engine. Do not fucking open these unless you have the engine supported on the top or on the bottom, whichever way you want to do it. Do not open them till it's supported. Some people like to take the wheel off, some people like to twist it out. Some people like to take the wheel arch liner down, some people like to twist it out. It's whatever floats your boat. You see, we've turned that wheel out just like we like to do. Then we've removed the under tray and we've removed the lower half of the wheel liner or splash guard, whatever you want to call it. We've then pulled this tensioner back, removed the alternator belt. Now we're going to blast off these 4 M10 splines to gain access to the T30s that are holding the lower timing belt cover to that engine. Straight in, no kissing. Boom, there's one M10 off. As you can see, the man who knows how to use his tools is the best man you could use. No wasting time around here. We stick to what we know so you don't need to go. And the last one, there we go. Now that should come off nicely. If it doesn't, give it a few belts, not with your hand though, with a hammer, bam, 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 and it'll come off. Few light taps as I shown you there. Oh! Please don't fucking do that. If that happens, inspect that pulley for damage, because if that pulley is fucking damaged, then it's going to rip that belt off in 2 minutes, and that belt could potentially get sucked up in there, and that's going to cost me an engine. Back in here now with my favourite tool to use. Into the T30. Over to the next one, hiding in here. And don't forget, there's another one or two up here. It's up to you which way you want to get it. You're not going to fit that ratchet up in there. So what you can do is jack up the engine, then get it. But I advise loosening this bolt as much as possible first. Big long spanner. There we go. Try and get a crack on that. And that didn't happen. But this bottom 16 holding this engine bracket to the engine off. Now we have this cover loose on the bottom as well. We are all loosened there.